Here we have some subtraction problems with missing digits. With missing digit subtraction, as with subtraction generally, we work from right to left. So here we have 2 minus something equals 8. But you can't subtract from 2 to get 8. So we know that they must have exchanged to make 12 minus something equals 8. So 12 minus 4 is 8, and because they exchanged, we need to exchange as well. So that 1 becomes a 0 to give us 12 in our units column. Now onto our tens column, we have 0 minus 7 equals something. But you can't do 0 subtract 7, so they must have exchanged to make 10 take away 7, which is 3. And because they exchanged to get 10, we need to do the same. So 2 becomes 1 to give us 10 in our tens column. Now 1 minus something is 0. And here we don't need to exchange because 1 minus 1 is 0. We can't take 7 away from 6, so they must have exchanged to make 16 take away 7, which is 9. And because they exchanged, we need to as well. So 5 became 4 to get 16. Now we have 4 take away something is 3, so our final missing number in this question, our final missing digit, must be a 1. Now onto this question, they start with 7 minus 5, so they haven't needed to exchange here to get their answer of 2. But onto the tens column, we have something take away 3 equals 9. We know that 12 take away 3 is 9, so the missing digit must be a 2, and they must have exchanged with the place value column along to make 12. Now we have 3 subtract something equals 8. But because you can't subtract from 3 to make 8, they must have exchanged to make 13 take away something equals 8. So the missing number must be a 5. Now here's where it gets really tricky. They exchanged, but we don't know the value of the digit they exchanged with to borrow the 1. Now there is a shortcut here. We know 2 of the numbers in our calculation. And when you know 2 numbers in a calculation, you can always work out the third. But I'll come back to this shortcut in a minute. Onto the thousands column, we have something minus 2 equals 8. Now we know that 10 minus 2 is 8. The last digit of the number 10 is 0, which meant because we exchanged earlier, our original number must have been a 1. And the 10 was made by exchanging with the next place value column along, which we don't know yet. Now we have something minus 4 equals 2. Now 6 minus 4 is 2, but because we exchanged, our original number must have been a 7. Now with missing number problems, it's best to only write the missing digit in the answer box so the person marking your work is clear what you mean. So I would rub out any crossing out, leaving only the missing digits. Now I mentioned earlier that there was a shortcut to problems like this. Now I expect most of you would have understood what I explained, perhaps until this point, and then it got confusing because you didn't know the digit of the number you were exchanging with. But notice this, by this point, we already knew 2 of our numbers in the calculation, and if you know 2 numbers, it's easy to calculate what the other one is. In this case, we just use the inverse operation. So we do 28,892 plus 42,535. That gives us the number that we were subtracting on, which is 71,427. So then to check, we just do the subtraction and make sure it worked. And again, make sure to cross out anything written in the digits box that isn't the missing digit so that your answer is clear.